right. Welcome. It is time. So hopefully you are in a spot where you can just sit and get comfortable. We're going to spend just a few minutes together, just across these next few minutes, just finding a little stillness, finding a little presence in this moment, getting ourselves ready for whatever is coming in the days that follow. But right now it's about this moment and this breath, one at a time. So if you are already lying down, just get nice and comfortable, just stretch out and let yourself just come to a form of relaxation that feels good in your body. If you're seated, just get comfortable as well. Allow your sit bones just to ground down and your shoulders to relax. And from whatever your seated or your lying posture is, start to connect to your breath. Find your steady rhythm, the inhale and the exhale. And just know as you're beginning to find your breath, there is a beautiful full moon in the sky tonight. And so tonight we're going to talk about, through our time, what it means to have balance. We go through these phases of the moon. We start with the new moon when the sky is dark in the night. We gradually make our way to a little more light until we find the half moon, and the half moon reminds us of true balance. And then as we come into the full moon, which is today, across this whole cycle, the full moon reminds us about our intentions. Our intentions of living the best balanced, peaceful, present life that we possibly can, one moment at a time. And so I want you just to close your eyes, relax in the spot where you are, and just listen to these opposites and picture them as I describe each one. And then we'll pause and we'll picture that beautiful full moon. And we'll find a way to return to the balance that we each want and we each desire in our lives. Our world is full of the merging of opposites. Day becomes night. The new moon becomes the full moon. And we also know there would be no shadows if there was not also light. And those opposite energies are also contained within each of us. We all have a hard and a soft side, a light and a dark side. We all have these things within us that need to maintain balance. And so what I want us to do is make our intention tonight with this full moon, make our intention to restore our balance. And it's not the balance that comes when you stand on one leg, but rather, what about your balance between your work and your restoration? Oftentimes in my yoga classes, we'll do something challenging like a plank, and then we follow it up with something nurturing like a child's pose to remind us of the importance that we can't just push ourselves. We have to draw back and restore. So just picture for these next few breaths, what does that look like for you today? What does your work and restoration balance look like? We know that work takes a lot of hours of our time and of our day. But have you made your restoration, and not just the sleep when you fall into bed exhausted, but the restoration, have you made that a priority? And as you begin to picture that for yourself, see, what does the restoration look like? Or what do you want it to look like? For some of us, it's that quiet cup of coffee in the morning before the workday begins. There are no devices, there's no noise, it's just stillness. For others, it's that drawing away during a lunch hour or a mid-morning break to pause and walk outside and find some fresh air and some sunlight. For others of us, it's that pause in our garage as we pull up before we come back into our home. We become quiet and still and we let the workday go. So your work and restoration don't have to equal one another with the hours. But we've got to make sure we take care of our soul and our heart, that we don't just push and push and push until we run out of steam. So work, restoration. Where's your balance? And then another area I want you just to reflect on for yourself personally is the balance between worry and contentment. We worry because we're human. There is nothing wrong with you if you worry. It means that something has happened inside of you, that you just get this sensation that something doesn't feel exactly right, or you wonder. But it's when that worry robs you of contentment that the balance is out of whack. So don't be upset with yourself if worry comes. But if you notice that it persists to the point that you cannot feel contentment and trust in the life that you have, then the worry needs to be examined. So when a situation arises and worry comes alongside it, what do you do with the worry? Do you process? Do you take care of what is in your control? And then do you go back to your breath and find contentment and trust and assurance that in this present moment, worry doesn't have a spot? And then one more spot I want you to think about is the hard and the soft side of each of us. The hard side that has that logical, that thinking side of our mind, the side that gets things done. But then the soft side, it looks at the people in our path. It asks us to pause and be creative and passionate. And so just ask yourself, where's my balance when it comes to the hard and the soft sides of me? I need to think. I need to be logical. I need to be responsible. But I also need to feel compassion for humanity and to give myself a chance to imagine and dream and be creative and passionate. So where's your balance between the hard and the soft? So 3 very different areas to examine tonight: the work and the restoration, the worry and the trust and contentment, and the hard and the soft. And so what I want us to do tonight is that we grow quiet, and that big full moon is taking its spot up in the high part of the night sky. Let this be our turning point. And if one or some of those areas are a little off, let's breathe into this space right here and commit to begin to work to bring them back into balance. It's not about guilt trips. It's not about a list of things we've done wrong. It's about seeing the light of that full moon, knowing that that's our chance to do better going forward. So let's take a deep breath in together. Breathe into this present moment. Breathe out. Breathe in again. And breathe out. Couple more. And 1. And let's grow quiet together and see what's revealed to each of us individually in this present moment on how we can become more balanced. Breathing in, I feel as full as that full moon in the sky. And breathing out, I let the moments before this one go. Breathing in, feel the fullness. Breathing out, let the past be done. One more, breathe in, fill yourself up, and breathe out, let things go. And then from wherever you are, seated or on your back, lying down, I want you just to turn your palms up. And they're apart from each other, and just feel that separation between those two hands. But then feel as you bring them together, pressing the palms, the index, the thumbs, all the fingers, touching their counterpart on the other side. The reminder with this Anjali Mudra, we do it in every yoga class that we take. It reminds us of the balance. The right hand coming to the left, the two sides of us, the work, the restoration, the worry, the trust and contentment, the hard and the soft. When our hands come together, this is our reminder that we can live a life that is balanced. So each time you find yourself coming to a point at the end of a class, about to say the word namaste, feel these two hands and remember this moment. I am balanced. I start fresh with this full moon on this day. I am balanced. Namaste.